You know, we talk a lot about health and optimization on this channel, and today, we're diving into a controversial but potentially game-changing topic, peptides. These things are like the cheat codes of the body, man. They can help you burn fat, recover from injuries faster, and even boost your muscle growth. Now, I know what you're thinking. Peptides? Sounds like some sketchy steroid stuff. And yeah, there are definitely some legal gray areas we need to talk about, but the truth is, peptides are different from synthetic hormones. They work with your body's natural systems, and they could have some seriously powerful benefits. So, buckle up, because we're about to break down everything you need to know about peptides, from how they work to the potential risks and rewards. We'll cover everything from growth hormone to injury recovery, and I'll even share my own personal experiences with these powerful little compounds. Let's do this. Alright, so let's start with the basics. What the hell are peptides anyway? Basically, they're short chains of amino acids, kind of like the building blocks of protein. But these little guys are special because they act as signaling molecules in the body, telling your cells to do all sorts of cool stuff. Now here's where it gets interesting. Unlike synthetic hormones, which can shut down your body's natural production, peptides work by stimulating your own hormone production. It's like giving your system a nudge in the right direction, rather than completely hijacking it. And that's a big deal, because it means fewer side effects and a more natural approach to optimizing your health. Plus, peptides are highly specific, so they target specific pathways in the body, leading to more targeted results. Think of it like this. Synthetic hormones are like using a sledgehammer to fix a broken clock, while peptides are more like using a tiny screwdriver to make a precise adjustment. So, yeah, peptides can be incredibly powerful tools, but it's crucial to understand how they work and to use them responsibly. Believe it or not, peptides have been around for a while. In fact, the first peptide discovered was insulin, way back in 1921. That's right, insulin, the hormone that regulates blood sugar, is a peptide. But it wasn't until recently that peptides really started to gain mainstream attention. And honestly, we can partly thank the Liver King for that. Remember that guy, raw liver and all that? Turns out he was using a cocktail of peptides to achieve his physique. Now, I'm not saying you need to start eating raw organs or anything crazy like that, but the Liver King's story definitely sparked a lot of curiosity about peptides and what they're capable of. And that's a good thing, because the more we learn about these compounds, the better equipped we are to make informed decisions about our health and performance. So, yeah, peptides have a fascinating history, and it's clear that they're here to stay. Let's talk about growth hormone for a second. You know, that stuff that makes you, well, grow. But it's not just for kids, man. Growth hormone plays a crucial role in muscle growth, fat burning, and even cognitive function throughout our lives. The problem is, our growth hormone levels naturally decline as we age, and that's where peptides come in. Certain peptides, known as growth hormone-releasing peptides, GHRPs, can help to naturally boost your body's own production of growth hormone. We're talking increased muscle mass, reduced body fat, improved sleep, faster recovery from workouts, the list goes on. It's like turning back the clock on aging, at least to some degree. But here's the thing, not all GHRPs are created equal. Some are more effective than others, and some come with a higher risk of side effects. We'll get into the specifics of different GHRPs later on. So how do these GHRPs actually work their magic? Well, it's all about mimicking the body's natural processes. You see, your body already produces growth hormone, it just doesn't always produce enough of it, especially as you get older. GHRPs basically trick your body into thinking it needs to produce more growth hormone. They do this by binding to specific receptors in the pituitary gland, which is like the master control center for hormone production. There are two main types of GHRPs, ghrelin agonists and GHRH analogs. Ghrelin is a hormone that stimulates appetite, but it also triggers growth hormone release. Ghrelin agonists, as the name suggests, mimic the effects of ghrelin. GHRH analogs, on the other hand, work by mimicking the effects of growth hormone-releasing hormone, another hormone that stimulates growth hormone production. So, both types of GHRPs ultimately lead to increased growth hormone levels, but they do it through slightly different pathways. Now, let's talk about a specific GHRP that I've personally experimented with, MK677. This stuff is an oral ghrelin agonist, which means it stimulates growth hormone release by mimicking the effects of ghrelin. And let me tell you, the results can be pretty impressive. I'm talking increased muscle fullness, improved sleep quality, and even enhanced recovery from workouts. I mean, who wouldn't want to sleep like a baby and wake up feeling like a beast? But here's the catch, MK677 can also increase your appetite. Like a lot. We're talking serious cravings, man. So, if you're not careful, you can end up packing on the pounds along with the muscle. Personally, I found that the benefits outweighed the risks, but it's definitely something to be aware of. It's all about finding the right dosage and listening to your body. Alright, let's move on to another fascinating area of peptide therapy, injury recovery. I don't know about you, but I've had my fair share of injuries over the years. And let me tell you, the older you get, the longer it takes to bounce back. That's where the Wolverine stack comes in. This powerful combination of peptides, typically consisting of BPC 157 and TB 500, can significantly speed up the healing process. BPC 157 is a peptide that's known for its remarkable ability to repair damaged tissue. We're talking tendons, ligaments, muscles, you name it. This stuff can help heal it faster. TB 500, on the other hand, is all about reducing inflammation and promoting blood vessel growth. It's like giving your body the tools it needs to rebuild itself from the ground up. Together, these two peptides create a synergistic effect that can have you bouncing back from injuries like Wolverine himself. Now I want to share a personal story with you about how peptides helped me recover from a serious injury. A few years back I was messing around with some jujitsu and I ended up with a really bad neck injury. We're talking shooting pain down my arm, numbness in my fingers, the whole 9 yards. The doctors told me I might need surgery, and even then, there was no guarantee I'd fully recover. I was devastated, man. Jiu-jitsu is a huge part of my life, and the thought of not being able to train was just crushing. That's when I decided to give peptides a shot. I started injecting BPC 157 and TB 500 directly into the injured area, and within days, I started to notice a difference. The pain began to subside and I regained some mobility in my neck. After a couple of weeks I was back to training, albeit cautiously. The peptides had worked wonders, man. They helped me avoid surgery and get back to doing what I love. Now, for the elephant in the room, the legal status of peptides. This is where things get a little tricky. You see, peptides exist in a bit of a gray area legally. They're not technically illegal to possess, but they're not exactly FDA approved for human consumption either. You can usually find peptides sold online as research chemicals, but it's important to be cautious about where you're getting them from. There are a lot of shady companies out there selling bunk products, so it's crucial to do your research and find a reputable source. Personally, I recommend consulting with an online HRT clinic. These clinics specialize in hormone replacement therapy, and many of them offer peptide therapy as well. They can help you determine which peptides are right for you, and they can provide guidance on dosage and administration. Plus, you can be sure that you're getting high-quality, pharmaceutical-grade peptides. Alright, I want to give you guys an update on a peptide we've talked about before, semaglutide. This stuff is a GLP-1 receptor agonist, which means it mimics the effects of a hormone called glucagon-like peptide 1. Now, semaglutide was originally developed as a treatment for type 2 diabetes, and it's incredibly effective at lowering blood sugar levels. But here's the thing, it also happens to be a potent appetite suppressant. I've been experimenting with semaglutide for weight management, and I've got to say the results have been pretty remarkable. I've definitely noticed a reduction in appetite and cravings, which has made it easier to stick to a calorie deficit and lose weight. Now, there's been some misinformation floating around out there that semaglutide is only available for diabetics. That's not entirely true. While it's primarily prescribed for diabetes, doctors can prescribe it off-label for other purposes, including weight loss. So, there you have it, folks. The world of peptides is a fascinating and rapidly evolving one. From muscle growth and injury recovery to weight loss and anti-aging, these powerful compounds have the potential to revolutionize the way we approach health and optimization. But it's crucial to remember that peptides are not a magic bullet. They're powerful tools that should be used responsibly and under the guidance of a qualified healthcare professional. If you're considering incorporating peptides into your health regimen, I highly recommend doing your research, finding a reputable source, and consulting with an online HRT clinic. They can help you navigate the complexities of peptide therapy and ensure that you're using these compounds safely and effectively. So, we've covered a lot of ground today, from the science behind peptides to my own personal experiences. These things are powerful, man. They can have a huge impact on your health, your physique, your recovery, all of it. But it's not all sunshine and roses, you know? There are risks, legal gray areas, and you gotta be smart about it. We're talking about optimizing your body, and that's not something to take lightly. Do your research, find a good doctor who understands this stuff, and listen to your body. This is cutting-edge stuff, and I think we're just scratching the surface of what peptides can do. It's a wild world out there, and I'm fascinated to see where this all goes.